And we are live. This is the Haram Life Podcast. I'm your host, Reef, and joining me as always is my right-hand man, the legend.
What's up, players?
And you know, our producer is out on assignment this week, so it's just the tag team champions returning here. A little bookkeeping before we get started. Go to theharamlife.com. Our t-shirts are moving great. Thank you guys for supporting us. I'll be getting them this week. Be going out to you guys. Haramlife.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and let's get into it, right? Happy 4th of July. Or happy 5th of July now.
Are we the 5th?
We're the 5th. Today's the 5th, right?
I had to look for a second.
Another year. Happy birthday, America. And Joe Biden's America. Well, cocaine's the top story this week. Isn't it unbelievable?
Unbelievable.
It's fun. It's so crazy that the mainstream media is just running with this story, too. That's the crazy part about what's going on. We're talking about, we didn't know politicians do cocaine. I know that's news to everybody.
You don't think it's funny that it's like 3 days after Hunter was there?
Of course it was him.
Are we acting like just random like peons came? They're like, first off, we don't know. It's a high traffic room. Like as if we don't know who comes in and out of the White House.
She's the worst to ever do that job, I think.
Hands down. She makes me miss Jen Psaki.
At least she was good at like bullshitting, you know? She had that swag.
Circle back. She was
circle back. She had a bitchy swag to her too. Like you never really could get her. She'd answer your questions like an asshole. Yeah. This one is just, you could tell, deer in headlights. She has no clue. Oh, it's the president's son. I don't deal with family matters. The fucking president of the United States, the press secretary's like, I don't know.
Oh my god, dude, it's just crazy.
It's all fucking theater at this point, right? Like this, they're just throwing it in our face that they don't give a fuck. They're like, here. We found cocaine in the water. Who reported that story? You know, how did that investigation start? Somebody just found a little bag.
That's what they said. I think he said it was like a quarter-sized bag, right?
Yeah. Like nobody would sit there and go, "This is anthrax."
What was the spin they were trying to do? I saw someone calling it a different name. It was like cocaine phosphate or something. They tried
hydrochlorine cocaine.
Yeah, so what were they trying to do? They were just trying to like dummy down, like as if it was just like some like kind of element of like what were they doing with that? Where were they going with that? Do we even know?
Well, they try to make it that Colombian yip one. It's not really the Bam Bam. You know? It's so crazy. With this country, I don't know what they're fucking doing, man. It's unbelievable if you think about it. And you know what? But think about it. It's been captivating everybody for the last 2 days, right? The cocaine saga in the White House.
I'm still not over the Titanic too.
They even tried to bring that back. They were like, "Oh, we found the debris and human remains." Everybody was like, "Yeah, I don't know about all that."
Yeah, we're finding human remains now down in the ocean. Like the sharks aren't hungry, right?
Yeah.
By the way, have you noticed how many shark attack videos are popping up online now? Yeah. Like I'm genuinely afraid to go in the ocean, and I love the ocean.
They're out in the Jersey Shore too.
What's going on? Like they're trying. Better question. Why are they trying to keep us out of the ocean? What's going on?
Watch the water, bro. Watch the water.
All of a sudden, Roy Schneider's going to pop up with a public announcement. He's dead, right? I think he died.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
All of a sudden, they're going to bring him back a hologram, and he's going to be like, "Everyone out of the water."
Maybe that's where space really is. Maybe outer space is the deep sea.
I've always
that's where the aliens are coming from.
It makes sense, dude, because I don't think we have anything that can. We talk about this all the time. We don't have the equipment to get out of our atmosphere.
I don't think so either.
Just like we don't have equipment to get down. We can't even go rescue people that are supposedly sitting down in the wreckage.
Yeah, we lose flights. Like we're losing flights. Malaysia flights still can't be found. All these places, but we're going to deep space though.
You saw that clip that leaked, right? I don't know if you can pull that up, but the Pentagon clip showing the explosion on 9/11. You know, the supposed flight that went down into the Pentagon, into the room.
Said that. Oh yeah.
You know, into the exact room where they were doing the investigation to figure out where that 1.3 trillion went that we lost. On September 10th.
The tower that housed all that information fell to.
Oh, 7? Yeah. Yes, it's the first building in history to go down without a fire.
And you can't even mention it without being called a conspiracy theory. Building 7, all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, you're that guy now, huh? Building 7 guy."
You can't mention it without being flat out like attacked, saying that how you're not a patriot. Like, you hate this country if you believe 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the Alphabet Boys recruited everybody. They trained everybody, and then when it happened, they were like, "I don't know what happened. We lost them."
Listen, first off, I got kicked out of my house for a week for that fucking conspiracy. You think I give two shits what you people think?
Yeah, but think about it. Then you have you want us to believe on top of that 3 scrawny Arab guys with box cutters took over the whole plane. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, first off, you know what I still love? Every 4th of July, it reminds me. I give my kids sparklers, and obviously, you know, sparklers are the same material of same. It's thermite. Yeah,
you're making the whole neighborhood nervous with 2 Arab kids holding sparklers.
And listen, I've disguised them well. Everyone thinks they're Italian, but I'll tell you right now, when you watch those sparklers burn down and you watch the way they fold right into their, you watch it. Just let it sparkler, bro. It looks exactly like the towers. It looks exactly like the towers. Yeah, just the old lay down, bro.
That's something that'll never be resolved, even though the information's out there. It's just like,
I think you and I will be old, bro. We'll be in our 70s when they finally declassify those. Although, who knows? Maybe Trump gets back in, and maybe those are some of the docs that he starts releasing.
Oh, speaking about Trump, did you just see his latest post on Truth Social?
No, I honestly don't even follow.
Man, I got to show you this.
I have the app, but I really, you know me, bro. I don't really.
I only follow him.
I got it because I got the stock, obviously,
I got to show you this tweet.
DWAC.
Good. Everybody listening, I'm going to read it for you guys too. Just give me a second. And here we go. Today, Donald Trump texts to Truth Social post. Does anybody really believe that the cocaine found in the West Wing of the White House, very close to the Oval Office, is for use of anyone other than Hunter and Joe Biden? But watch, the fake news will soon start saying that amount found was very small and it was really cocaine. It wasn't really cocaine, but some common ground up aspirin, and the story will vanish. Has Doreen Jack Smith, the crazy Trump-hating prosecutor, been in the area of the cocaine? He looks like a crackhead to me.
Wow.
Yo, this is savage, bro.
You know what though? He's not wrong. He's saying all the same shit that we want to say. You know, that we're all thinking, which is just so funny.
It's hysterical that he put that out. How can you not love that? You know, how can you not want that back?
I mean, he's right.
I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand why they're running with it on the mainstream media. What's the distraction here? Maybe those SCOTUS rulings. Today was a big ruling today from a judge in Minnesota, I think it was. They had to.
I didn't even see it. I watched the news today.
I'll pull up the story for you right now. The judge ruled that the government can't have any more conversation with big tech about who they want to censor.
We couldn't implement that in 2017, 2020.
Yeah, and they named like the press secretary as a defendant. Biden. There's a lot of people on this list.
They want it, bro. It's crazy how bad they're trying to push this guy out now.
I don't know why I'm even looking on on this stupid on Google. You can't find it on Google.
I'm gonna double down on what we said last week too. I pray to God they put Newsom in. I don't think you realize how bad that guy will fare.
Oh, Newsom, yeah. I don't think they have a shot.
His background is so bad, dude. It is so bad. That guy is, between him and Kamala Harris, they have set the black family back 100 years.
Oh,
between those two.
California's a shithole too. Look at all their major cities. It's fucked up.
Bro,
and people are
Gavin
fleeing
Newsom,
people are fleeing, I think, California more than they're fleeing New York, if I'm not mistaken, right now.
yeah, I think it's number one. I think
Yeah.
Cali is number one. They're all going to Florida. I mean, yeah, they're going to Florida.
Yeah, most of them
They're
are
going
going.
to
Everybody's going to Florida. Everyone's going. DeSantis is cooked. That's it for him. I mean, he didn't have a shot to begin with.
Who called
It's funny
that?
because a lot of the center leaning people, they like him. Like the people that don't like Trump are like, I'll go for DeSantis. I'll go for DeSantis.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's and then you see the people backing him up, like all the money backing him up is all the Bushes, all that big bank, big pharma.
He is George Bush. He is literally mini George Bush. George W. By the way,
I think he even said it was one of his like idols, looking up to him. I think he praises him all the time too. They come from that. They come from that military intelligence background.
100%. Well, that's why he was a Marine, right?
He was a special forces, if I'm not mistaken. He was a special
up,
forces. He worked down in Guantanamo Bay. I mean, he comes from this military background that you see. All these guys that people don't know, Bush Sr. ran the CIA. He was one of the guys
Bush
that actually created
big time CIA.
He ran the CIA. He was one of the creators with Dulles with the CIA, if I'm not mistaken.
That was Reagan's boy, bro. That was, put it this way, the original Bush is comparable. If you want to call Reagan John Gotti, Bush was Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
Honest to God, that's who those two were.
He had like one term, right? He served one term, Bush, right?
Yeah, he got his ass whooped by Clinton. In '92. He
wasn't even supposed to get in the first time, if I'm not mistaken. They snuck him in. He
lost
all that shit.
I think he really lost to Dukakis, right? I think it was Dukakis that beat him, but they gave it to him. They gave it to Bush.
And what was the year that Gore and what's his name went? Junior was that, right? That was the year Florida
was 2000. That was
he stole that election.
That was sketchy. It always gets weird with the Bushes, dude. The Bushes always get weird. I will say this though, having Bush for 9/11, I mean, even though he did it, was probably the best of the evils that we could have gotten compared to Gore. I mean, Gore would have been an absolute fucking nightmare. We would have got killed in any war.
With Gore. Think about the history of all these guys, like the senior Clinton, Bush. You had mass slaughter, even going into Obama's era, like mass slaughter.
I think Obama killed more people than all of them. Yeah, actually.
Well, they dropped so many bombs during Obama. They ran out of bombs.
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
The Pentagon ran, the Army ran on whatever the fuck it is there, ran out of bombs.
Yeah.
And remember the drone wars? They killed citizens without any
I know for
process.
a fact. I know for a fact that Obama definitely leads in civilian casualties. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, that's not even close.
Dude, that drone program was wild. That's why Assange is in jail right now. I mean, think about it. Because he leaked that helicopter attack.
They were playing video games with real people.
They had a wedding, and I think like the percentage was like not even like 5% that they caught who they wanted to.
It was really bad. They were just
killing people. Think about the person.
I remember a single digit number.
Yeah, it was like a 5%, I think, kill rate.
Yeah,
like
you may be being
rate.
generous right now. You may be a pro Obama guy if you're saying 5%.
Yeah, it's so great. And American citizens, which weren't killed with due process, which is even crazier. Just because you're overseas, you still have to apply the law of the land here. Killed by our own government. Think about that.
Wow, military killing its own people. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, they don't do that in America.
No way.
CIA doesn't operate in America.
No, not at all, bro.
They've been able to operate in America through that whole like Five Eyes, and they go through different like Mossad, MI13. All these guys work together. Who's the guys in Austria? Australia, they all work together, and they move their assets from. So Mossad moves them from Israel to America so they can operate here in America to work for the U.S. government. And then our guys go over there to work for their government, and they go around these loopholes. Meanwhile, they have operations going full force. All you see, Patriot Front, Proud Boys, all these guys are alphabet agency fronts. They're created by them. I mean, if you don't know this by now, you're in the woods, you know?
Right, exactly.
Think about
they also got a great movie studio too.
Yeah. Think about even like I tell you all the time when you see like Sammy the Bull, Gotti, this guy Alight on TV, on all these podcasts, you think the real mafia would ever let these guys on any type of TV?
No, there's a lot of stuff that's behind the scenes. And listen, there's always a man behind the curtain. Wizard of Oz, the only one that's ever showed the man behind the curtain, because you will never see him in the real world.
Never. That's why when I tell people about, you can trace back like Rockefeller, Habsburg, Kennedy, Onassis, all these bloodlines. But if you know about the bloodlines, I'm telling you right now, they're not the people in charge.
No.
There's like these old Vatican families that we don't even know the names. They own fucking castles in Europe. Those are the people in charge. The people you don't know about.
Yeah,
I would old like Iranian families too, like these Farsi families, like they're loaded. Nobody knows about them.
I think the only one that really was out there that everyone knew who they were, but just they've created such a facade around it because there really is no way to hide it because of how many pockets they had their hands in was Queen Elizabeth. She was
they were there. That was like a real thing. I forget what was the name of that family, that elite family. Whatever it was, they were the real deal, and they didn't even give a fuck.
They didn't, because when you're that big and you're that spread out, it doesn't matter at that point, because everything at that point is kind of conspiracy. It's kind of like what the Clintons have done, where it's like you build enough around them where it's like there's no way. Like you could put Hillary, like that film could come out, they could literally open a Blockbuster and sell 1,000 copies of that, and people would still be like, "No, it's not real."
Bro, the Hillary Clinton biography has got to be like Jennifer Lawrence plays Hillary Clinton. She's banging dudes. She's like killing people, like ordering hits. It's gonna be the best movie of all time.
I think there's only one person that can play Hillary, bro. And obviously, you have to get a couple women to play her. But
young Hillary's got to be a smoke show.
I need Sharon Stone for Hillary in her 40s.
Oh, old Hillary, yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Bro, she's still ordering hits on people, allegedly.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need Sharon for her 40s and 50s. Who did we get in the 20s and 30s? I guess
Jennifer Lawrence is aging. I just saw Jennifer Lawrence in the new movie. She looks like she's got some massive work done.
Scarlett Johansson could be good because she still passes for that 30 range. But I definitely need Sharon in her 50s and 60s. There's no doubt about that. Yep. Like that is like she doesn't have to audition for that.
We have to show like the real version of Hillary, like ordering hits, like torturing people in the tell me who told you. Tell me who told you. Off.
Yeah. Like with the maniacal laugh. Like just crazy. I'll tell you right now, there's only one guy that can probably do that film, and it's Quentin Tarantino. It's the only guy I think you can trust to do that.
Yeah, he can put a big spin on it, like a comedic spin on Hillary Clinton just ordering hits.
I also need Hans Zimmer did the Gladiator soundtrack, doing that soundtrack, because there's no music in there with words. It's all I need a big choir. Just that's it. Lead it. Take it.
We don't want to make this a Hillary Clinton podcast, but if you follow her history, she comes from a crime family, the Rodhams. She went down
one of the biggest crime syndicates on the planet.
Then they went down to Arkansas where they ran the Dixie Mob, and they were helping those guys moving cocaine up north.
Well,
old mafia bosses.
Bill was, if you watch that movie, I think it was American Dream with Tom Cruise.
Made in America, yeah.
Is it Made in America? American Made. Yeah. I mean that is Bill. That is Bill Clinton. That is his shining moment back in, I think it was like 92 when he was the governor of Arkansas, where he basically kind of let all the other agencies know, hey, I'm actually more powerful than you guys. Yeah. I'm more powerful. Think about that. A governor more powerful than all the alphabet agencies in 1992. There was only one position for him. It was president.
He let them operate freely. He said, "You want to come through me? This is what you got to do." Literally,
it was turf wars. It was a turf war. It was you guys check in. That's all it was. Hey guys, check in.
And all that happened because those two kids died remember those two kids that died that found the packages of cocaine, and they autopsy came back high on marijuana.
Which was
they died on the train tracks. Yeah.
Well, listen, that was also another great way to push marijuana control for another 30 years.
Yeah. It's
Think about that. All of these little things are connected. All of them. They're all little biscuits here and there.
Just so you know, remember how bad marijuana was for you like less than 25 years ago?
Bro. What's her name? It was her whole campaign. Barbara Bush.
Just say no, right?
So you want to hear something scary? I want you to look this up. I need you to pull up a picture. I went down the rabbit hole on a very deep conspiracy, and I truly now believe it because we all know that a lot of these guys are homosexuals and they just like to
Yeah, of course.
hide in the wings. Barbara Bush is a dude. You heard it here first. Any picture, Bush? Bro. Just type in Barbara Bush.
All right, let's look at Barbara.
And
we're going to get to the bottom of
this up.
Barbara Bush being a hidden transgender here. Disclaimer, this is all jokes. Disclaimer, this is all jokes.
Yeah, I don't want to wind up on their hit list.
It's all jokes for comedic purposes.
You know it, yeah, we've got
oh yeah,
right there, bro. No, give me that top right picture, right there, black and white, white, her kissing. Yeah, take a look. Why don't you zoom in there, bro?
Oh wow,
folks.
We might have cracked the conspiracy. Hold on, here's another one,
folks. That's not a woman.
Are you saying that most of the first ladies are all dudes?
Yeah, I am.
You heard it here, folks. First here, folks.
Listen, that picture that you just pulled up, and the fact that you pulled up just a random thumbnails, looking at that photo right there, like tell me that, dude, that's a side profile of a guy. There's no doubt about it. Have you ever seen that bitch's shoulders? I'm not kidding.
She got wider shoulders than me, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Speaking about transgenders, we got another mass shooting, another transgender. Nobody's talking about it. Philly, your favorite city, Philly. There was a mass shooting this weekend. Like 5 people dead, 14 shot, if I'm not mistaken. The person was I don't know what he identified as, it or something.
Philly has very strict gun laws. I would like to know how that even happened there.
It's just like New York. Where are the guns coming from? Where are they coming from?
Well, did he at least purchase it legally before he went out on a killing spree?
Bro, you know where it's coming from? The legal carrying gun owners are bringing them in. That's where it's coming from. They're saying to other people, hey, use my gun. The people that went through everything. That's the only way it's coming in because the government are not shipping guns in. I think they got caught doing it too. They got caught doing it during the Obama era. Remember Operation Fast and Furious? They literally got caught selling guns into the Mexican cartels in like Chicago, and they were like, I don't know how that happened.
I got a buddy in the chat. We're not going to use any names, but he's got some agency background, and he just confirmed the Barbara Bush. So
you heard it
just
here
confirmed.
First. I don't know
just
how
confirmed.
He knows. Listen, however you know that, whoever your name is anonymous. Listen,
keep it anonymous. Edmund the doubt. No, but you know what's funny? Like,
okay, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, it's popping in the chat. full name. He must be using a fake name. Oh shit, that's too funny. That's awesome. No, I totally lost my train of thought because it's funny. Like I got a lot of military friends, and you know how like they're big on compartmentalizing things. And I have friends that we've had a couple on the show, right? We had a couple from the Navy, we had a couple from the Air Force, and they all have different, they're different little like quirks about them and like what they say. But if you actually like sit them down in a room, it's so funny how quickly everyone like kind of buttons up. No one talks. No one says anything. It's so funny.
You got to get them on some kind of high or something, or get them drunk. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Oh, but back to what I was saying. Philly, they had a mass shooting. Not that I want to promote it, but I'm just saying again, nothing from the mainstream media. Silent.
Wait, what was it? What was it though? Was it a trans man or a trans woman?
Man, of course. It's always a man to a woman.
Also,
the last time, trans, whatever the hell he is, he's a dude that.
So trans woman, bro. Come on, get with the times, all right? You already know, how we're on the radar of the LGQTB. Is it +2 now? Are we supposed to say +2 after that?
I think you got to go squared. I think that's the way to do it.
So we multiplied.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's you mentioned this today when we were talking. This is probably how is everybody there's a mass like those incels are just all turning trans for obviously for attention, right? Because they need something to to identify as, because all these incels don't know what to do. So they just, this is it. This has been years. I think this has been this years in the making, this little social experiment with kids from the beginning, from schools to their middle schools, to these teachers. And now you're seeing it flourish right now.
It's the atrazine, bro. You're putting it in the waters.
How about that? How about that? Alex
RFK.
Jones says they're making the frogs gay. And then not only, well, they proved it on when Alex Jones was on Joe Rogan, they fact checked them on site and they proved it. And then RFK reiterated again, atrazine is making the frogs gay. It's proven.
Well, you know what's funny? So obviously, you know how they like to spin everything? Their spin was that it doesn't make them gay, it feminizes them.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
What does that mean?
Makes them gay.
If you told me hey, your buddies are coming over this weekend, I'm gonna feminize them. I wouldn't think to myself oh, that's great. You're gonna make my buddies a little bit softer and more gentle. Yeah. No, I'd be like, they're gonna pound my buddies in the ass.
Well, we're just
what?
Yeah, we're feminizing them these tonight. Hey, Chris, your boy's coming over. Great, I'm gonna feminize them.
Yeah, got the old Visine and the atrazine trick. Oh,
but when we talk about Alex Jones, we know. Hey, listen, we want Alex Jones on this podcast. We're gonna get that motherfucker on this podcast. But with a lot of things, he's off on a lot of things too. But a lot of things he's right on because everything is right there for you to read anyway.
The stuff that he's off on though. It's just because at that moment it sounds so crazy and it just hasn't been proven true yet. At this point, you have to go back and think about everything the guy said. He's really not wrong that often. It's kind of like how what made Trump popular. He says something, it sounds ridiculous. They take it, they run with it, and then before you know it, you start picking apart what he said, and it's kind of there's some truths in there. Yeah, and you have to with the whole thing with he wanted everyone go out in the light. Maybe we can pull our blood out and pass it through UV through the light, through the UV. Everyone's like, this guy's out of his fucking mind. He said drink bleach. He's saying that we need to go under UV lighting. Turned out it was actually right. He was correct. Yeah,
he was right. UV helps, and the sun can actually heal you and get real vitamin D. That's so crazy.
Right. So, anyways, that's what I think. At this point, I think that Alex Jones' delivery is terrible because he just really does sound like he sounds like a WWF wrestler. He does sound crazy. Yeah. But he's very smart. He says a lot of shit, and no matter how many times they try to kick that guy and bury him and say, all right, this time he's crossed the line and everything he's saying is bullshit. And they tried it obviously with the Sandy Hook shooting. There's too much truth in the shit that the guy says.
Bro, do you know before they kicked him off the platform, he was doing 3 million views on Facebook Live, 2 million on Twitter. He was doing numbers, crazy numbers. That a lot of people listen to his show.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of fans. He's got a lot of fans that don't want to admit they're a fan too.
Well,
just think about it. Even if we say, "Oh, I listen to Alex Jones," the first thing you get is an eye roll. You listen to that guy.
Oh, bro, when I look up InfoWars on my computer, I go to a private browser.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
At work, you can't even pull it out without being on a VPN.
No, you can't because people just look at you. You want to know what it is? We live in a day and age now. You can say 90. If you're from one side, right? You're a conservative. You could say 99 things that are true. One thing that is false or maybe not proven, or let's just say it's a guess. They will nail you to the cross for that one thing. If you're on the flip side, you have someone like Biden. You could say 99 things that are fake and one thing that's true, and they'll hang on that one true thing. There's just such a double, it's hypocrisy.
They control them. They control the voice. They control the narrative. It's still so. The mainstream media is so powerful still.
And then you wonder,
who's watching, but nobody's really watching mainstream media. But they're able to spin a story from there. You'll get everybody talking because everybody still watches the news.
What you said is the exact reason why most people nowadays are getting their news from a supposed Chinese spyware app.
Yeah.
People love TikTok because of what it represents and what it does. It's unfiltered. No one from the American government can put their grimy little hands on it and twist it and manipulate it. It's coming. It's raw, unfiltered. I mean, I told you, go on Instagram right now, right? Search France. Look at how beautiful look how beautiful. I mean, they're going to show you the most beautiful things that the French cuisine has to offer, and the little fucking painters in their hats and all that bullshit. You go on TikTok right now, you type in France, you see what's going on. France
is fucked, man.
This
was a lot in the making. I mean, what was that Trump speech in 2014 where he was like, France is no longer France? France don't have its own people anymore.
It's just so funny when he says this stuff and everything comes, oh, that's racist, that's misogynist, all this shit. Oh, like, how can you say that about migrants? Look at what's going on right now.
And those people are unarmed. That place is fucking is a war zone.
Bro.
And then what they've been able to do on Twitter and all these places is use a lot of CGI to discredit things. Like there was a video of like zoo animals that was fake. Like the cars falling from a ceiling, that was fake. They had all these fake videos going around, so they're able to be like, "Oh, don't listen to the disinformation."
They did. By the way, they did that. We already saw that test run. They did it with the Ukraine, Russia when it first started. Yeah. The problem was we were too quick, and people were like, that's from 2013. That's from 2014. Now all of a sudden they got to make their own content.
Yeah,
you were right though. You said it. You said it last week. AI creators are in their bag right now. They're making cash because they're just like, what do you need? What do you need?
Yeah, what do you need? We need a video of this. I got you. And you can do some great videos, man, with AI.
What did I see? I saw someone post something the other day. It was two pictures of birds, and it was like one is AI and one is real birds. And someone was just like, they're even fucking taking away like bird photography from us now.
Yeah,
like fucking ruining everying. I think that was your boy Amit. Yeah, I think it was your boy Amit.
Amit's fucked, bro. Them taking pictures of birds, the AI pictures look better. Like as far as, I mean, it's not better as you talk about the human element. You want somebody to draw it and whatnot, or take the picture, but it looks better. Like if I want to hang something up, I'll use AI art because it looks cooler.
Yeah,
you can get some really dope shit on AI. I'm not scared of the AI like everybody thinks it is. Like everybody thinks it's going to take over and think for itself. I don't think we're going to see that.
Well, they love the fear mongering anyways. Like is all of a sudden like they don't have to. I love that what they're running with. Like, what happens if we lose control over it? We're not going to lose control over it. All right, this isn't iRobot. You're not Will Smith. Like, enough of the bullshit. It's just trying to make us scared so that when they do actually attack us with these fucking robots and they control it, they're going to act like that one got away. Sorry, we just Sarah Connored the fuck out of everyone, but it got away. But we got it back under the wraps.
Yeah, because right now robots run on batteries and you got to plug them in. So just wait it out. Wait out Robot Wars for like 5 hours, and then that's it.
Exactly.
I'm sure they're going to create some kind of like kinetic energy power charging within these things, but
you're going to see the robot with the little back where it's like, those kinetic watches, and we're fucked. That one doesn't die.
No, the robot's chasing you and then it unplugs it. It unplugs itself.
Did you watch the new Black Mirror?
Yeah, I did. Which one?
You saw the one with the dogs? And the dog basically runs after, was chasing down the woman.
Oh, that was last year. That was last year.
No, it just came out. It's chasing down the one. It was like the first or second one. Josh, if you're in, I know you watch this one. What episode was it? The second one, maybe? Third one? Anyways, remember they had the little dog.
Yeah.
You think it was the last one?
I think it was last year. Yeah.
And then it basically sits down and then it recharges itself while she's under the tree.
Yeah, I think so.
You sure that wasn't this year?
Yeah, that was last year. That was the last year one.
What did I do?
Yeah.
All right. He thinks it's number 3. Hold on, man. Now I got to look.
Because I remember there was one where like they were chasing these humans. Like then there was like 3 of them at one point.
Yeah. Bro, why did I think that was this year though?
No, that was before. And then you saw those dogs in New York City. Remember Mayor Adams, I forgot what it's called, Robo Dog or something like that. Some kind of bullshit name they got him. Adams had a press conference introducing these dogs that are going to patrol the subways.
Yeah, no, bro, you're right. That was. I'm getting things confused, but yeah, you're right. The dog one was last year. Number 3 this year. We should talk about it. Was the one with the replicas? Did you see that? That was kind of cool with Josh Hartnett.
Oh yeah.
Where the astronauts.
Yeah,
that was
pretty crazy. Where they can log into a robot from wherever they are in space.
Bro, first off, can we just talk about how good the actor that played Jesse Pinkman is? Like that dude really is a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Like he is a really good actor. Like, and like Hartnett was obviously, you know, that was like our boy from like our era. But Jesse Pinkman really is the shit. Like I feel like he took over him in that show.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, don't expect us to stay on topic here. If I want to go down the rabbit hole, I want to talk about how good Jesse Pinkman was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
do
fuck
it, right?
yourself. We're gonna talk about Jesse. We're gonna do a 3-hour podcast on Jesse Pinkman. We might go all night, 24 hours.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna spoil it for everyone too. Hartnett basically gets his whole family slaughtered, and then at the end he loses his fucking shit, and he goes and he kills Pinkman's whole family too. Go ahead, guys, watch episode 3.
That was crazy though. The end.
That was awesome. That was unbelievable.
What do you do? What do you do if you're Pinkman?
Well, here's the thing. It's not like they can get away. As soon as they land, they're gonna know that it's their conscience that's still in the replica. Like both of those fucking idiots are going to jail, right?
It's fucking wild, bro. It's a wild concept to think about it, though. It could be done. I mean, that's what they're doing now. They're talking forever, right? Kurzweil was talking about transhumanism for like the last 30 years, and he's talking about transferring your consciousness to a motherboard of some sort.
You know, they've dabbled in that so much in Black Mirror. Like, remember they had the one where they put it into the teddy bear, and basically the guy, put his wife into the teddy bear, and then was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I actually didn't ever like you," and then whatever. But they dabble in it enough that there's no doubt about it that Black Mirror is made in one of those CIA
of course
studios. They know 100. Too much. They know too much.
Juan call it cinemagicians?
Yeah.
Wow,
shit.
What happened, bro, over there?
Oh.
FBI coming in?
ATF.
ATF.
Boom, boom, boom. Open the door, ATF. No, I don't know, man. I
honestly do think that's true. I mean, it's proven. The CIA, what was it? What year was it where they were working hand in hand with the Hollywood and producing
with Kubrick? They worked with Kubrick.
Yeah.
They said for 100%, they worked with Kubrick.
Yeah, that's proven. That whole what was the name of that valley over there where they had all those CIA programs going, where they were getting Johns from the hooker house. They were going to like whorehouses, and then they were juicing the Johns up with like acid, and then monitoring them after they woo them into the room. Yeah.
Hold on. What is it? We got a comment here. You see the guy who uploaded his girlfriend into AI so he can talk to her after she died. Is that that Black Mirror? Or all right.
Yeah.
See, that's how fucked up it is. I don't know if he's talking about something that's in the news right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, that I think you're going to be able to do that. They're going to be able to take all this info that whoever posted over the years, because they got a file on all of us, all our posts.
Let me ask you something hypothetical. Seriously, you pass away, and I don't know if you ever saw that movie. He's saying it happened in real life. Can you get a link for us? I'd like to see a link if you can pull that up or send it to us. Josh, we'll take a look at that. You ever see the movie with Ryan Reynolds where he comes back?
What's the name of that movie?
Selfless, I think it was. It's basically a millionaire that, continues to transfer his consciousness into meat sleeves, like human bodies. Tell me if you're able to check that article, if you're able to pull that up.
That's what I'm looking for now.
Oh, wait, he said,
shared it.
Yeah, I'm going to send it over to you.
Send it on the group chat.
Oh, no, I got to send it to your phone. I don't have it on my desktop. I got it.
Oh, here
wow,
it is.
YouTube stripped it out for some reason. Couldn't get over his fiance's death, so he brought it back as an AI chat bot.
Well, I didn't know about this. Look at Josh coming through with some fun.
I bet you he still got the same amount of blowjobs too.
Dude, this is crazy. Josh on the couch. He literally created. How the fuck did he do that?
The Bay Area programmer. Oh, this is weird. Josh, I think Josh is from Cali.
Oh, no. Josh is sharing this. And then
now Josh is sharing this. He wants to get his fucking story out there.
He just honeypotted us, bro. That's it. We're on the list here. We just logged into this thing, and all of a sudden, we're fucked.
All of a sudden, that's it. Click the link. He's got us now.
Look at this. I didn't even know.
His hologram's sitting over my computer now as we speak. Yeah, this is nuts. All right, so here's my hypothetical. Seriously, if you have the opportunity you pass away and you're going to transfer your consciousness, but you don't know at some point you're going to be able to land into a meat sleeve. Do you save it and you trust your family that they're going to put you in the right place situation? You're going to basically be able to spend more time with them.
I don't know. That'll be tough to know that you're dead and then people still continuing to talk to you.
I mean, subconscious though. I mean, realistically, let's say let's say they figured out a way to pass on. You still are well aware that your old body is dead. You're living forever. Would you do it?
No way. I'm going with
not even for like one generation, maybe just to maybe see like a grandkid or great grandkid.
I'm not. We got work to do in the heavens. Once we got to work for God afterwards.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know anyone to trust that they're going to put me in the right meat sleeve, and who knows? I'm going
to got to oil you up like fucking Tin Man.
Yeah.
You want to yell at your kids and chase them, but nobody give you a WD-40 spray?
Yeah, exactly. You're sitting there with the axe over your head. It is pretty trippy though, because we are eventually going to see. I mean, we already know what's going on, but eventually we're going to, they're going to introduce it. Oh, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. Someone who passed away, subconscious around. They're still able to talk. They still understood what happened in their death.
We're going to see
tell us
Neuralink.
About everything.
We're going to see Neuralink. It's going to happen. We're going to see the first human test subject of Neuralink.
Probably within the next 5 years.
Yeah, easily. And then we're going to see the first person whose brain exploded also.
That's going to be nuts, because that was actually there was a movie with John Cusack. What is the name of that movie? I got to find it now. John Cusack did a movie where everyone's brains were just exploding. It was like a playoff in Neuralink.
Yeah, well, they foreshadow all this shit anyway. Would you ever do a Neuralink?
No fucking way, bro. I don't even like to vaccinate. I got to find that movie. Where? Yeah,
but they do all this. So you see like all these shows, like what was Jack Ryan last year was about, whatever, 2 years ago was Russians. Now you're seeing War with Russia. You see everything. This predictive programming does happen. They know exactly what they're doing because the plans have been set in for such a long time. And what's been such a conspiracy theory about NWO and all this, it's real. I mean, elites run the world. There isn't what we think is this one government, like they're saying, quote unquote. It's world governance, where they put all these people in place to govern over everybody.
Right. No,
they give you the illusion that it's not a one world government, but you got all the top companies right now passing policy, and they have all the people from the beginning. Like Hotep Jesus had this lady on who was fighting the teachers unions. Man, I didn't know how fucked up the teachers unions were. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how because they run through private unions. They're not like us private unions that are really working for the workers. The public sector unions, they're taxpayer funded. And they don't benefit us at all. They don't even benefit the teachers.
No. Your boy Joey B, though, he's a union guy, pro-union.
Well, I'm a big union guy too, but not private unions.
Yeah, not like
him. Not public unions, not like.
Yeah, no, not like him. I know what you meant. Tell me if you heard it before. Ready? The movie's called Cell. Basically, it follows a New England artist, right? This is in Boston, by the way, Boston Terminal. Struggling to reunite with his young son after a mysterious signal broadcast over the global cell phone network turns the majority of fellow humans into mindless, vicious animals.
It was called Cell?
Yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack. These types of movies don't do well because they just need to put it out there. You know that. That's like they have to pay their homage, and they got to use someone to make sure that people know. It's kind of letting everyone know what they're going to do. But they make it in such a cheesy way that no one takes it seriously and no one even watches it.
It is crazy because these movies are actually like really good. They end up being really good.
If you read this and you actually just read how they run everything, it's crazy. But yeah, watch it. I'll stop talking.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, buddy.
Are you coming home?
Yeah, soon.
What if they can cook? This movie looks good.
It's terrorists, right? It's gotta be terrorists.
Don't use your cell phone.
We're gonna survive this. People are gonna die.
You okay?
What?
They act for the good of the group as a whole. They may be the next stage in human evolution. What's happening now is more than temporary anarchy. It's the start of a war.
I want to wipe him out.
It's a suicide mission. You're gonna die.
I want to see my son. Son. You okay?
Holy shit. Damn.
Yeah, bro, watch it.
That's crazy. Have you seen it?
I watched like the first 15, 20 minutes, and I had the boys were around, and I said, oh, fuck, I got to turn this off. It was bad.
So the gist of that movie is the cell phone controls these people to turning into mindless zombies.
Never heard of that.
No.
That could never happen.
Dude, we'll segue into kind of like a dating thing here. That's one of the most annoying things when you're on a date, bro. When someone's on a cell phone constantly.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. I still am not here dealing with this.
Like the fact that you have to mention it is like, come on. And it's never like, all right, I'm on a cell phone. It's like, but you were on your phone. It's like, okay.
How do you even react if like you're out to dinner and like, I mean, texting's annoying, but have you ever had like a girl like take a phone call, like actually take a call and start like talking?
Oh yeah, I've had that. I've had, the pictures and whatever is fine. You want to pick where you are. I get it. You want to make a memory, but when it becomes like a full blown conversation, you're like, listen, I got to remind you something here.
Yeah, like
this is my time here. My time is very valuable.
This is costing money.
Yeah, time and resource. Like your time is more important than your actual money.
Right.
If people don't understand that value of the currency of your own time, like your attention. That's why they tell you to pay attention, because that's a currency. It's an energy. There's something that goes with it. So you got to be very, cautious of who you're spending your time with. It's got to be. It's one of the many things going on.
Did you go on any dates this past weekend, 4th of July weekend?
No, I worked this whole weekend. I was making
probably
money.
Better.
Yeah, better.
Probably better, bro. Definitely better.
July 4th brings out. It's the middle of the summer. Almost. It's like a month into the summer. 2 months into the summer. You're starting to see how the person develops in the summer, right? You see the girls July 4th weekend. You're seeing how they're doing. Sometimes they complete disasters.
I know for a fact that Memorial Day weekend physique starts to fade by that Tuesday after 4th of July. So you got like another 6 days before you see their true September, October physique.
Oh yeah, and it comes in hard and fast. And by the time fall comes around, they want to cuddle up with extra heavy sweaters.
Yep, exactly.
Cuffing season is upon us, gentlemen.
But that was the best though. Like I remember just being at the shore, knowing that like 4th of July weekend was like your last weekend to be a real piece of shit, because then the following weekend you started to kind of lay the groundwork to figure out which girl you were going to kind of maybe, spend a weekday with. Because obviously in the weekend you just saw everyone down the shore. Like it was expected. It was cool.
Yeah.
See you down the shore in the
north,
weekend.
yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Who am I going to take out to dinner now? And
exactly. You start to lay that groundwork that Tuesday or Wednesday of, all right, you want to grab something? You want to go to Sushi Lounge? You want to go out there in the week? Like, you want to do something? Oh, okay. All right, no problem. And then it was kind of like the unwritten rule, like, all right, but something might happen. But then if I see you this weekend, we're both out with our different groups of friends. You're still having a good time. I'm still being a total scumbag. But
Sunday night you come over.
We can do this in September, And
you just say we've just been so busy. September, yeah.
As soon as September hits, you may get a Sunday night True Blood episode. Let's see. All right. If you play your cards right.
Yeah. You pretend like you have a tradition. Every Sunday I like to stay home and eat and cook something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the little invite over. Bro, you don't nail
exactly.
Gentlemen listening, single men listening. If you want to close the deal, you cook for her. It's irresistible.
If you can cook. Make sure
you can cook. Yeah. If you can cook.
If
you
not,
have
just
to-
make sure you throw those plastic containers. Got to go in the outside garbage. Don't put that shit under your
You
sink.
can't even have it because then you already gave yourself up if you see those things.
Can't give it up. Besides, you only got to do it once or twice, and then you're done with it anyways. You cooked once or twice. That's it. You're done. Now you get to hide behind the fact that you made those 2 meals, even though you picked them up at the store, for the next like 2 years. You're good.
Have you ever had a bad meal from somebody cooking?
Yeah, I sure have. I think
you still eat it, or do you come up front and go, "Listen, this is dog shit"?
No, we had Shirley on the podcast, and she made me a meal one time. She almost killed me. She literally almost killed me. She gave me like food poisoning. It was horrible. I knew at that moment. I was like, "Yeah, we will never date. We'll never date."
It's important if a woman can cook, man. You need to learn how to cook.
Yeah, or just
basic stuff.
Even if you can do the basics.
Yeah, that's what
like
eggs,
pasta,
rice,
grilled cheese. The things that you're making with love. Like you don't have to cook anything, but if you can make like a real good grilled cheese where you're not burning it, you use a nice amount of butter. You actually go and get the premium cheese. You know what I'm talking about? The little Ziploc
block.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The one that's got the 2 sides. It's like the premium, whatever. Like if I see you pulling plastic wrappers off my cheese, you're fucking out. You're done. All right. Don't hit me.
All you bitches got to do is
bullshit.
make a grilled cheese. How easy is it?
Yeah.
Come on.
Do yourself a favor. You want to really like be a good girl. You want to wind up really landing a guy and you're going to make him grilled cheese. Go to the fucking deli counter. All right.
Get yourself a half a pound of yellow American.
That's it. That's it.
Just put a little extra effort into it. Don't
a little
bring
bit of effort.
Kraft singles over here.
Don't bring no Borden to my fucking house.
Bro, you bring Borden, you're out. Borden or some America's Choice brand. See you later.
None of that 2% shit either. Whole milk
or go fuck your mother.
Whole milk, non-pasteurized. Make it nice.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Organic.
And potato bread. Don't fucking bring that Wonder shit.
Who eats Wonder Bread? I think serial killers are the only ones that eat Wonder Bread right now.
But listen, there's a demographic that Puerto Rican girls love to bring over the white Wonder Bread.
Yeah. They cook some ham on a fucking skillet and think it's a meal. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna shut my mouth. No comment. No comment.
I put some yam on the skillet. Yeah, here's your fucking. I don't eat pork, bitch.
Dude, it's just so funny though how like some of these girls don't even like go out of their way. They really don't. And they think that they're gonna like land like the greatest guy on the planet, and you can't even make a fucking grilled cheese sandwich.
Bro, we're not delusional when we say it. And a lot of people like to say, "Oh, look at these podcasts. They're showing these girls with loaded questions." The podcasters suck and the message sucks, but the girls are real. And you can see how this is them being themselves on these podcasts, these girls. And it's not even like I get the loaded questions and when you're bickering back and forth with a woman, because what we know, legend rule number 376, you don't argue with women ever. It just gets you nowhere. So when you're going back and forth, it looks very feminine, but you're seeing live what young women are saying. And this is the majority of women. I tell people and they're like, no, you're just bitter. You're this, you hate women. That's true. But it's not, it's reality. This is what you're seeing from these people. And I don't know if it had something to do with COVID or if it had something to do with just the schooling or what's going on, but you're definitely seeing people that are not in reality.
No, I agree. You know what? I think that we need to pin an actual meal, like a first time meal for these women, because there is a perfect way for these girls to, I mean, it could go a long way. Like a guy will literally marry you over this. And it's very simple. Football season comes around, right? You need to show up to his place. Say, "Oh, I'm gonna come to your place. I just want we want to do like a little. It's cold out. It's miserable. This is October weather, right? Even in like the Northeast. Be like, oh, I'm gonna come over. We're just nothing crazy, no frills. Let me cook you like a little grilled cheese. It's simple. Go over. You bring a 12 rack of Miller bottles, okay, and then the little guy of Tito's. So you bring him a vodka and a whatchamacallit. And by the way, guys, this is reversible. You can do this for them too. And just say, oh, this is how the guys do it. And you do the same exact shit. Potato bread, the real deal cheese, American yellow, or you can do the white too, as long as you let them know. Oh, this is the Dietz and Watson or the Boar's Head version, whatever. And then pick up 2 cans of the fucking sirloin burger and New England clam chowder by Campbell's. Get the big guys. Don't do the shit that you got to add a cup of water. If you add a cup of water and I see you watering down my shit because you need to add Reef, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I better see thickness. I want the big can. You pour it over. Done. Grilled cheese.
So easy.
Soup. Beer. Liquor. You literally just hit every aspect. And obviously, you know where that ends. You know exactly where it's going to end. Then you guys just sit there and you watch football. And don't be a jerk off. Don't watch Red Zone. Okay? Put on channel 4 or 7, CBS.
Watch the local
Fox.
teams.
Yeah, watch the local team. Don't be an asshole. She doesn't care about your fantasy fucking squad.
Yeah,
just watch the whole game with her. She's going to ask you some stupid questions that she's going to act like she didn't hear from her last boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right? She's going to be, who's that? Is that, that's Tom Brady or whoever the fucking player is.
He's a good quarterback, isn't he?
Exactly.
Stop,
Listen,
bitch.
She's asking you questions she already knows the answer to 9 out of 10 times, but she's going to still make you feel good like you're teaching her something, okay? Chances are you're not teaching her who Joe Burrow is, all right?
Yeah,
chances are your double XL hoodie's not the only hoodie that she's ever thrown on.
No.
It's okay.
That Jets hoodie she has was not bought by her.
Exactly. Just enjoy the grilled cheese.
Yeah. Don't ask too many questions.
Just enjoy your soup. Drink your drinks. Have a good time. Crush out a little ass at the end of the night. And then maybe it turns into something. All right. I just gave you the perfect date. And that's not a first date. It's like a 5th or 6th date.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you expect affection to come in and what date? Like if a woman's into you, you should feel her. Hold on. What are we talking about? Are we talking about kissing or anal? Like there's where are we going here? Just kissing, the hugging, the touching, like
like kissing in like a little hand holding date. Date 2, you need to let them know. The first one is like, all right, don't show me that you're a whore yet. Yeah. Date 2, I feel like is good enough where, some kissing, hand holding,
light petting. Yeah.
Smack my ass when I walk to the, I'm going to go grab another Miller. You want one? Play me, cut me. Don't reach around and cut my balls because then I'm going to think you're a whore. Just smack my ass.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
little affection. You can't go out trying to play this like, oh, I'm a great girl, and that.
Don't play the coy shit because then we know you're just a straight up closet whore, especially if you're over 25.
Don't play the coy shit. Yeah, don't play the coy shit. Don't act like you're too good. Don't act like you haven't been down this lane before. Like, let's go. Let's go with the fucking.
You also do yourself a favor. Get rid of this line in your vocabulary because this is the number one telltale sign that you're a whore. I've never done this before. Just stop it, unless you just got into his Lucid Air car that, flies over traffic. You've done it before.
Yeah.
Okay? Knock it off. Don't use that stupid fucking line. I'll tell you right now, he can go on Facebook. He can look up your friends list. He's going to find 11 guys that are going to tell him that you've used that line on him.
Just come out front. I mean, listen, don't come out with your past. Don't come out with what you did, but
no, just don't set yourself up to look stupid.
I think a lot of like women out think they have to because the whores are running the show right now, so they feel like they don't want to show that side of them. But you can't just play coy because guess what? Another vagina is being thrown at the guy. Someone else is going to not play coy.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Isn't it funny how girls literally just straight up they like make themselves look like they've never done anything to the point where it's like so unbelievable, and then guys on the flip side will talk about how much game they have. Yeah. It's like two complete opposites. Like when in all actuality, guys like when they know the girl's been there, but she's still a classy girl and she doesn't want to talk about it and she still likes to have that like, oh no, I don't do that, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let that go on for a little while. The same way girls like that, the guys that are a little smug, they're like, no, you're the only one I've ever talked to. Yeah. When you know that we're playing, but we're playing it up for you.
Exactly.
Don't sit there and start talking about like, oh, I used to do this. Like, don't be like me on the show. Yeah. But my wife loves it. I know but she also knows. She knows,
Well, she met us.
Exactly.
She met us at a party. For those that don't know, Legend met his wife in Miami when I was with him. We were partying. And his wife couldn't stand him. She was talking to me the whole time. And I kept kind of like, you don't know. You guys will make great baby. Remember when I said it? I looked at her and said, you're going to marry my boy.
Did.
Yep.
I told you when I left. I said, bro, I'm marrying this bro.
And the whole time, that's what. See, Whitney saw firsthand. So when we talk, she knows. Like we never talk bad about each other ever. It never.
She said it to me. She said, when you guys walked in, you looked like the biggest jerk offs, like you had just walked out of the Jersey Shore. And I said, and you fucking loved it.
Yeah,
you loved it so much that you wanted to hate me. How'd that work out for you?
Remember, we were partying with Del Rivas that day. That party was sick. We ran that party. That was like one of those movie scenes, like from us, like we threw the party at the house and we're just going around running the party. Like that was us at that day.
I called my mother and I put her on the phone with Whitney. And then I remember getting the phone back from my mom and she's like, can you not put me on the phone with any more whores while you're in Miami? Oh shit. Little did she know. I was serious. Told my mom, I'm calling you because I'm in love. And my mom's like, oh fucking here we go. Yeah, put her on. That was the best part about my mom.
I remember talking to your mom too. Like, what's my son doing?
The game. Yeah, what is he doing?
What is he doing
on the phone? Oh, so
that was me in my party era, like where I couldn't make sense when I was drunk, what I was saying or doing. I was out. Once I got drunk, I was definitely the party kid that just lost his mind when he got drunk.
That was one of the best pool parties that I've ever been to. And the fact that like what came out of it is like even better. I think that's why we kind of all remember it too.
Yeah.
But that was just one of the, I mean, dude, first off, Ronnie Cycli was spinning the great legend, Ronnie Cycli of former center for the Miami Heat, the original Greek Freak, by the way.
Yep.
Just so you know, everyone, you guys can look him up. And he was spinning sugar-free radio. Ronnie Cycli spinning sugar-free radio. That's how you know that day was just going to be classic. You know,
that was a great day. That was one of the last really great times I had in Miami, partying wise.
I got 2 birthday cakes.
All right, legend. What are the 3 options for dudes after the age 35?
Oh man, I know that. I mean, it's pretty obvious. After 35, you're either going to be alone for the rest of your life. You're going to get a girl with a kid or 3, or a fat girl who's probably on antidepressants or some type of anti-seizure medication.
That's it. That's the only 3,
bro. That are your 3 options after 35. And
as a man,
and that's that. Oh no. Listen,
as a woman.
Yeah, basically that's pretty much what you're going to get. I mean, if you're, let's just say you're looking in that age range, but I mean, even a guy at like 35, I mean, listen, it's tough for a guy at 35 to get anything underneath that 25 age. I think 10 years in this day and age is a little high. I think 7 years, you're kind of pushing it.
Unless you're a baller. If you got millions of dollars, then it's easy.
Yeah. But. And honestly, it just gets weird after 27 because she's over 27. There's a good, and listen, disclaimer. I'm not saying you can't go to the gym with the fat chick on the antidepressants and get her back to her original physique, get her back to her original condition.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. And you're also, you're unpeeling a lot of trauma there. So, over 35 is rough, bro. Over 35 is rough because you're going to be in that 27 to 28 window. And most of the time, girls that are over 27, 28, that are still like rocking it and still in like unbelievable shape, they don't just want any random. They just don't want any random 35. And we're talking about the average guy, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the 0.3% where these guys are all cashed up and they're driving around.
Most of these women are chasing that small percentage of men.
We talk about that all the time, which is crazy. Which, by the way, that's why another reason it's kind of these X factors into why you're limited to those 3 things that I just mentioned, because those girls are now not looking for you at 35. They're looking for that 0.3%. And that's why the good ones, well, let's not even call them the good ones. The ones that are still physically and actively, appealing.
Yeah. When you get them, once they hit that 30, they're probably making the most money they've ever made. So they're riding that high now. So from there, then they have another 5 years of working. Because I think the average, it's only 8-9 years of a woman working. But I think once they get to that high peak, then they're like, well, I'm ready for a family now. Now
Listen,
you're over the age of 35, and it's like it's tough.
I will say too, like I want to lay out prime as well, because a lot of time we talk about like what guys are in their prime when girls are in their prime. Girls, so there's like different stages, but like when you're a single girl, your prime is that 22 to 27 window. That is your prime as a single girl.
Yeah.
A married girl is in her prime from like 28 to 34, right? Because she's married, 28 to 34. A mom is in her prime from like 35 to like 55, because now she has that built-in excuse that she can have a little extra whatever going on. Like me personally, I think my wife is beautiful at every stage that she's been in. And I know that, a lot of girls get very like self-conscious as they get older. Like, oh, I don't like the way you look. I had 3 kids. Bro, there's nothing that turns me on more than like the way my wife looks now, knowing that she had 3 kids and she still looks as good as she does. It's like it's like a new built-in feature. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. Like, look at his bounce back. This is amazing.
No, it's true. It's true. There is like single moms. Most of them are beautiful because they did have a kid. They have that look to them. It's just, we're going to have somebody on to come in a couple weeks talking about life as a single mom and dating as a single mom too. But it's tough because like you have to accept that responsibility. Eventually, even if they say, I don't give a fuck, I'm not going to pay for him. You're not going to pay for my kid. He's got a father. Eventually your time is going to be spent on this kid.
Right.
So it's a lot for people to process.
Yeah.
And plus, if they get a shitty baby father, there's another thing. You got to deal with this guy. And men don't deal good with men that got animosity towards them. Like we have it different than women. Women can be catty and deal with it. We can't do that. Right. It comes to a head. Because if you get disrespectful, like that's what women don't understand. Oh, men know on site we can't talk to each other a certain way. Right?
Right.
We know when me and you meet it, and if I'm rude to you, you're gonna be like, yo, bro, who the fuck you think you are?
Right, exactly.
Women don't know that because they know there's nothing coming back. They can talk to you any which way they want.
Right.
They know that there's no check coming. That's when you see like I've been in situations where girls will disagree with me and they go to 0 to 100 right away. And it's like, yo, why are you at 100 right now? We're just having a conversation.
No.
Because they know no one's going to say, shut the fuck up. You're talking too much.
Right. Well, there's also a different, and it would have been nice. I know that there's a couple of people that we have coming up on the schedule that are in social media. And I want to start asking some of these girls because I know some of them weren't shit when they were, 3-4 years ago. And I want to see how they've changed now that they get this attention through like a social media app, right? All of a sudden they have like this swagger about them. But I'm just wondering if it's just attention that has brought them in, or they feel like now they have more of like a peace, internally with them, which I personally don't believe that. I think it's just the attention. I think the attention is straight up creating a monster. And now they're like, look at me.
Especially
I got 5,000 guys in my
live.
live. Right.
Especially if you never got the attention, you get it. I mean, I remember my old social media, I had thousands of followers, and like even me as a guy, people hitting me up randomly. I was like, oh, that attention was like awesome. I'd post a picture.
King of the castle.
Yeah, look at me, king of the castle.
Right.
But it's addiction. And then they'll get depressed when the attention is not there or something happens. They're so easily swayed because they're relying on that attention.
Right. Oh,
you
nothing's better. Nothing's better than a social media person that's like a fringe social media person. Like, remember like back in the day, they had like Vine. Remember Vine? It was like kind of like TikTok.
Yeah.
Watching someone like that get their account deleted. Yeah. And then you don't have any followers. Nope. They go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that was your existence. Like,
we are doing a podcast not because we like attention, because we're jerk offs and we feel like you need to hear us.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't care if there's one person in the chat, 1,000 people in the chat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change. Yeah. It just doesn't change my way of thinking the stuff I'm going to say. It's crazy.
But you do see over the years the social media personalities, because I personally think they're all run by 3-letter agencies too. A lot of them don't know they're being run by them. A lot of people don't realize their algorithm is being like your boy Tate. His algorithm's being uptick, not because maybe I think he is, but maybe he's not an alphabet boy, but his algorithm is. And if we type in our description, Andrew Tate in our YouTube video, we'll get more viewers, 100%.
Right. Right. It's true. Yeah. The algo's all fucked up.
Yeah. They promote these people, even if they don't even know sometimes that they're being promoted. They just think it's an organic thing. Like, look at that chick, Pearly Things. That girl has zero content that you can watch that's actually useful. It's just her spitting out talking points that she learned from other Red Pill podcasts, but she's a woman, she can get away with it.
Right.
She was Piers Morgan today, like saying nothing, getting schooled, and she looks retarded when she's talking, and yet millions of views. She's got an empire right now.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. It's crazy how some of these people just pop up and they're famous, and then it's like, all right, but why are you famous? I mean, still to this day, I look at like the Kardashians, and I'm like,
how did this happen?
Like, how did this happen? Like Ray J.
Yeah. The magic dick.
Yeah.
He's got the magic penis. He sticks a girl in and makes her a millionaire.
Like that is like next level fame if you think about it. Like if you can actually do something like, yeah.
Think about it. You can say whatever you want about the Kardashians. That's culture changing. Their show is culture. Women are looking like her. Like they mimic Kardashian. Like,
dude, they are so involved in our everyday life. It's not even funny. Like every single thing that they do becomes trend or fad or anything. And I don't know. Like for me, like I never found anything they say or do interesting. Like I used to watch a show with like exes and shit. And I'm just like, it's just a bunch of girls sitting around like normal girls do, like eating salads. And
that's what women do.
Yeah. And literally just talking about how they die for each other. Oh my God, I die for you. Oh my God, you're so. Oh my God, your butt. Oh my God, I'm like,
because women are known to be so loyal.
Yeah.
With all the experience we've had with women and their girlfriends and everything, all the things we've seen, man, it's hard to say female friends are loyal to each other. You can't honestly say that. They talk so much shit about each other, especially when you separate them. We were great at separating. Divide and conquer was our greatest tactic.
Yeah, 100%.
You take one, I'll take her to the dance floor. You get alone time with the friend. Even though I wasn't the one going for the friend, I'd take the friend to dance, and you talk to the other friend, and then you find things out, you know?
We definitely had a great strategy, and that cannot be shared.
No.
maybe one day in the book. Maybe one day in the book.
When the book comes out, we are going to write a book, The Law of Legend.
I'll tell you right now, Atlantic City stood no chance. No matter what, we are going to a pool party, to a casino, to the B bar or the Mix in the Borgata, to the nightclub. It did not matter. The strategy was flawless. And listen, I'm not saying we started it or we ended it, whatever it was. It worked, and there were other people that came into our circle that would see it, and it was put it this way: you could duplicate it. You can duplicate it, and it worked. And we still have friends out of that era from that time that we met during this time, guys and girls. That will flat out say, no, it was good.
We're going to give out. We should be giving out some tips for guys that go out in groups one day. Let people know how to attack a situation.
I think we should have a round table, like a shootout where we got like a couple of guests, everyone comes in and we just shoot out scenarios, and then we just see how they would react, and then we'll have like a panel where the girls are like, that wouldn't work with us, and then we have guys where the guys are like, that wouldn't work with us.
Women give the worst dating advice. They give the worst. They do so well on like these social media sites too. Like these, I saw a dating coach, a single woman in her mid-30s. She's a dating coach. Like, how am I going to take it? She's hot. That's the only reason why I would talk to her about girls and make up stories. Be like, yeah, my girl's mean to me. What do I do?
You know what's funny though? That's the thing with social media. Appearance is giving these people, giving them justification that they can charge these astronomical rates for these things. I'll give you a perfect example. You got a guy like Liver King, right? Total fraud now that everyone knows. Total fraud. That guy sold a ton of shit, merch, shows, his supplement line, everything, because he said that he just ate like
liver.
He ate like a caveman.
Raw foods,
Bro, guy was on fucking more trend than Michael Hearns. More testosterone, more juice than you see in a Clydesdale. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that made millions of dollars though, because he looked the part. And I feel like, this is a perfect example. Like, you have these women that, maybe they have these, a successful show or dating life or whatever. Like, perfect. Look at Taylor Swift, bro. She makes the worst fucking music on the planet, and people love it because it's all about love and all this shit. She's one of the worst dating people on the planet. That girl's literally broken up with like every other month. it sells. She's able to sell her music and, her dog shit music.
It's huge. Her did you see that
People love
conspiracy
her.
that her music is like mind control that was going around TikTok? Like
I mean, there's a
people are
lot of
losing-
conspiracies behind that girl. They say that she's like the Satan priestess or something from like the 70s reborn.
Well, I mean, if you do break down her like performances, it's all these like illumination, demonic,
I believe that, dude.
these Luciferian like God rises, like you see all this bullshit. I mean, it's blatant in your face. There's those
Well,
themes.
you know what?
You can pick up those themes right away.
The conspiracy theory and we already know that that's all over the music industry, but the conspiracy theory I heard that you cannot deny it is that she gets into these relationships. They're choreographed. Like the guys know about it and everything so that she can have a breakup before her album release. And then you can go back and you can look at it. And I mean, bro, that's another form of manipulation. I mean, you're a fraud. Ultimately, you're a fraud and you're making money off of being a fraud. But I guess people just don't seem to mind. You know what I mean? That's where we're at in the day and age. If you make good music, then it is what it is. Like I like
her
genuine
concerts
shit.
sell out like
I'll
right
give you a
away.
perfect example. Linkin Park. When I listen to Linkin Park, I'm like, this motherfucker's suicidal.
Yeah.
Like
You can
his
tell.
shit is depressing. He fucking killed himself. He validated everything he said. Like I know that music.
he walked the walk.
he really did. Like that's like an example of one guy that definitely you could tell when he made music. You're like, dude,
This guy's fucked up.
Chester's fucked up.
Chester
hurt?
was not.
Did
the
we ever
molester.
find out
Somebody
who? Did
molested
we ever
him.
find out who hurt Chester?
Wasn't the conspiracy theory allegedly Tony Podesta?
That was his allegedly his father, right?
Oh yeah, supposedly.
He does look like him.
He did speak out against that, against like child trafficking. He was like one of the leading
So did
advocates of it.
Cornell. Cornell.
Yeah,
And then
all these guys.
They both suicided, which is very weird. Very
Even
weird.
the way, even if like you got to look, because these things are done as, I think personally, like these like done as rituals. Even the way they die, the way they hang themselves, like there's a certain way, there's a certain time, there's a certain date. Like it's like
Both those guys have really sketchy autopsies, though. Like they both have like major trauma that you wouldn't get just from the trauma wasn't on their neck. It was like on their head, their bodies.
yeah, they got Epstein.
Yeah. Same thing with the other dude, the karate legend that they found in the hanging. He had a sketchy one. So did Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain had a really sketchy one. These are all guys who supposedly were kind of doing what Mel Gibson's doing right now, working on films, but they were doing it more documentary style.
Kate Spade. Remember Kate Spade?
Kate Spade one is very sketchy, especially because of the way it happened with her daughter. And there was another one that was very weird. Bob Saget is a very weird one for me.
That was a strange one. Blow to the head.
It was not, they specifically said that was not indicative of him falling on a marble or a hard floor. It was like multiple
blunt force trauma.
Weird, bro. Very, very strange. But that's the thing. We'll never know.
No.
They all play a part. We don't even know if they're all dead. You don't even know if these people are dead.
Or if
never know.
or if they were alive. Who the hell knows?
Right. You just don't
think
know.
about that. Certain people in history, like that were taught, historians and everything, were they even real? Like you don't know.
No.
You know,
really don't know.
History is written by his story. So the winner always rewrote history, no matter what.
Exactly. Right.
That's where history comes from, his story. And like we take like Constantinople. When the Romans took over that, they just literally laid waste to everything and made the new religion from there on. That was it. Whatever old Catholic or Christianity happened, it was just like pushed to the side, and now we're just pushing.
They definitely rewrite their stories. Hey, listen, if anyone that's ever been to Italy and checked out Rome, you walk around and you look at those structures, you look at the architecture there, you will never, ever, ever believe that a bunch of people with a bunch of wagons and levers and all this shit made that stuff. Whatever they had going, whatever lasers they had, whatever technology they had, they buried it. They wrote the story and then they passed it on to the next so that they can continue to
there's at this point to think that we didn't have a ancient like civilized civilization that was technologically like superior to us. It's like you're living in
just look at the pyramids. And it's funny because Josh and I actually went down the rabbit hole one night on my back porch talking about the pyramids and the fact that we don't even have the technology today to get the angles and the precision that was used to make the pyramids. And apparently, and I think I've talked to you about it, there's like alignment too with stars and things.
They perfectly line up with Polaris and all that.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on.
And
you're going to tell me
it's the same structures that you have in Mexico and Chichen Itza.
You're going to tell me a bunch of fucking Egyptians that can't even survive shark attacks in 2023 are out there building, building these flawless buildings? Come on. It's fucking crazy. Bro.
Not to mention how many were destroyed here in America. You had pyramids that were destroyed.
Bro, you can't even build a house right now that can withstand a fucking hurricane on the coast of Florida, on the Gulf side.
These things are up looking the same exact way for thousands of years. They have not changed.
Right. Come on.
They're still they haven't. Everything's getting older, and the pyramids still look the same.
And you're not allowed to go anywhere near them, bro. They don't want you flying over them. They don't want you seeing what's going on. Like, what's his name? Got arrested, right? Vitali.
Did he?
I think, Vitali got
arrested. You can go inside the pyramids.
You can go where they allow you to go, bro.
Yeah. You can't go to the other chambers or anything.
Yeah. Listen, everything is set. Who even knows if you're actually, when you're there, you're going into the actual structure itself? You know what I mean? How do you know you're just not going to the exterior?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows if those were like portals or something. But think about this, like Egyptology was invented in like the 1930s. Like they try to make it seem like they found all this shit in the 1900s and late 1800s, and they're trying to like now see what's going on with Egypt. Meanwhile, there's writings from like 1200s, you know what I mean? 1000s, right. You have all this information about Egypt, but Egyptology was created. Now the real scientists are on it.
Right, exactly. Josh wrote, pyramids are within millimeters of true north, a concept that wasn't supposedly discovered until much after, much later.
Polaris is what it all lined up with. And it's funny because Polaris, that North Star, you see Kanye West always refers to it, all these like musicians and artists. Polaris is like a huge part of their symbolism. It's all this old ancient god shit. This is what I think the elites believe in, this old ancient worship of like pagan gods and everything, and they're able to keep it within their families. That's why you're seeing all these like weird, these weird things to like that's where Luciferians come in and all this devil worshiping. It's not really devil worshiping. It's making Lucifer the son of God and not the son of God, but savior of humanity.
To be honest with you, it's self-worship. That's what it is.
Yeah.
These people ultimately think they're gods. And
yeah, they do.
By all means, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Because they've continued to control civilization and society for thousands or however long we've actually been.
Yeah, they're able to trace families now, lineage, all the way back to the Sumerian kings. Like, just think about that. There's people in this world that are still related to the Sumerian kings. So it's obvious that lineage passed on. And like just like anything else, just like Game of Thrones, you watch it, all those rich royal families, they just pass it on to their kids. They're not letting the normal people be kings or anything. So they're able to control all stories as it keeps on going.
Right, exactly. I mean, you see it just even on like a more granular level when you have families, right? You tell your story of your families. I mean, I could tell stories about my grandfather a million times over. My kids will never meet him. They didn't know him. He's passed away. But it's going to come down to what I tell them and how things went down, and they're getting my version of how it was. And
exactly.
My version is he was the greatest man to ever live. That's what they're going to think, know? And you remember being in school and like, whether your mom or dad told you a story and then you go and tell the story, you're telling it like that person in your life, your family member, your father, your grandfather, whoever it was like the greatest person to ever live. It's like the beginning of the Wu-Tang season. My father.
The greatest samurai.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's fucking crazy.
But again, like you just say, that's his story. Like you're telling the story. That's the history they're gonna learn. Back then, everything was orally told. All the story, pause, but it was orally told.
Exactly. But seriously, the most important question right now is block party in Baltimore.
Oh, you trying to get shot?
Good time or death sentence?
It's a death sentence, bro. Baltimore's a shit show.
Sorry, bro. I just had to give one more shout out to our gun topic. I like to always go back and just give a little touch.
You see another city, Philly, New York, Baltimore, these Democrat-run cities just plunge into like they're just hellholes half these cities. You know what I love is like New York City's a shithole, and then you have people like, no, look, I'm on the subway. I don't see anybody I can choke out. Like it's like, bro, you're being ignorant on purpose now, just to be that guy.
I guarantee you, if you let them pick, if you said, you know what, let me pick the neighborhood, let me pick the car, let me pick the train, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna see this, we're gonna get the same thing. You pull your camera out, and we're gonna have a good time doing this. They're not gonna do that.
No.
They know they are being willfully ignorant, 100%.
You go to Queens right now, there's a really good chance you might get your catalytic converter stolen. It's like
I've been
100% chance.
Those are my favorite videos right now to watch on TikTok, because the people literally are coming up on the ring cam and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And like, go back to bed. Like, they got no fear whatsoever, bro. Like,
why
go back
should
to
you?
bed. What are you gonna do? You're gonna come outside, you're gonna get fucking shot over your catalytic converter? Of course not. Go back to bed. Go back to bed. Watch the show from your ring cam, you jerk off.
You should go fuck yourself. And there's nothing you can do. What are you gonna do? You do something in New York City, you're done.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. That's another thing. How are they? Even if they find out who did the whose cocaine it was, Hunter Biden, what are they gonna do?
Nothing.
You promote lawlessness. You promote the fact that no one can get in trouble. How are you gonna do it? What are you gonna tell them? Oh, you're done. You're going for possession.
No, Biden's gonna come on national TV and say, "I had a stern talking to with Hunter Biden."
Yeah.
He's never gonna do it again.
I talked to Hunter. He's still the smartest person I know, and
he promised he's never gonna do it again.
Yeah, the only cocaine he's ever gonna do again is crack cocaine.
Yeah, I assure you, the cocaine that he sniffed was made right here in America.
Anyway, switching up, I know I want to get into a little bit of sports. Did you see all the ESPN guys that lost their job?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Who are they going to rebuild with? They got rid of like the best in the game too. Like you got
Steve Young. Let's go through the list. I don't know if you got it. I sent it to you. I'm happy to see Steve Young gone.
You never liked Steve Young.
Because I'm a Favre guy, and I think Steve Young is a piece of shit. And I always thought he was better than everyone else. And I think it's comical that he even called himself a running quarterback, because I thought he was a fucking pansy. That's shout out to Steve Young.
My brother-in-law will disagree with you. He's such a diehard 49er fan.
Yeah, well, that's the worst part about Niner fans. They're like the biggest blowhards on the planet. That's why
they love the Niners.
I'm actually glad Machado's not on tonight, because it's nice to have a break from a fucking blowhard that you can't even talk about their sports teams.
Chado's so good at playing like no, I'm not like that. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. He's out of his
gaslights you.
He's out of his goddamn mind 100%. The Jeff Van Gundy one is surprising to me. That one makes no sense to me. That guy is unbelievable on all the NBA playoffs. That one doesn't feel right. The Max Kellerman could not have come any sooner.
Yeah,
I hate that guy, and there's so many better boxing analysts than him.
Yeah, I don't.
Who else? There was a couple.
You know who's my favorite?
Keyshawn, bro. Are you okay with that? You love
good.
Keyshawn, bro. I know you love Keyshawn.
Just throw me the damn ball.
Yeah, I love Keyshawn too. I don't understand. I gotta look it up.
Bro, Keyshawn Johnson was such a hater though. Like Wayne Corbett was getting all the shine, and he wrote a book saying, "Just throw me the damn ball."
That was such a good book, by the way. I think that was a bestseller.
Yeah, I think so.
It made people hate him though. It made everyone hate him though.
He was supposed to be a stud. He never really became a stud though.
Let's see. Susie Colbert, surprised by that. Matt Hasselbeck sucked. That guy's another blowhard. I thought he sucked as a quarterback. I hate the Seahawks, and I just found that guy very cringy and annoying. Todd McShay is surprising. Really good baseball guy.
What's
Alfonso Ellis?
This,
I have dude. That's what I don't understand.
What are they rebranding now? ESPN?
17 people. Is it because Little Mermaid bombed?
Something must happen. I mean, all this talent's going to get picked up from someone else, unless they have non-competes with them.
I mean, where are they going to go?
Well, Amazon's making big moves now in the sports viewing or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, but if you think about some of these guys, like they played so well with other people. Like first off, Keyshawn was great because he was part of a show. Van Gundy Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, and Breen
Mike Breen,
are like are like, I mean, those are
That's elite. That's the
probably
elite.
exactly. Those are like
Yeah.
probably the 3 best of all time to do it, you know, to have a show. Obviously like Hasselback and all them, I couldn't care less. McShay was great with, I mean, he was with everyone. He'd be on with O'Neal, he'd be on with Tino, you know, a couple of the old Yankees. He was a Mets guy, right? He liked the Mets?
Yeah.
I think McShay. Yeah, bro, I don't understand. I also don't know if this is like a short-term thing or this is just them doing a complete overhaul.
All the gangsters they had back in the day, even what's his name? Who was the guy that went crazy that's on MSNBC now? Oberman. You had Dan Patrick.
What happened to Oberman, bro? He's like a fucking straight up lib retard.
He's like psychotic. Like his takes are like way off.
Like
just way off.
He's not even enjoyable. Like he's such a like. I mean, I don't even like listening to politics in sports. He is literally, he just doesn't like anyone that has any type of conservative bone in their body.
No. Well, he's playing a role too. He's playing that role of like crazy liberal. That guy's a conservative deep down inside because he's making millions.
Yeah, it just doesn't. That whole thing didn't make any sense to me. I don't know.
And his takes are like wild. His takes are so wild. It's a little off topic. Speaking about, you see these liberals now. You saw with that affirmative action ruling on the Supreme Court. You see these liberals showing their real racism. Like the first things they say is black people are not smart enough to get into the.
That's basically what they're saying. Here's what I don't understand. At what point do we start like going back to merit over race? Like when do we do it? The affirmative action was created in the 70s to advance the equality. They revisited it again in 2003. They re-upped it. They said, we think we're about 25 years away. We got almost 21 years.
Yeah.
So isn't that to say, okay, we're good? Like how much longer are you going to punish the individuals that deserve to be there? Because now we're just going to deal strictly on race. I mean, everything that was going on with the colleges have now proven first off, the white female benefited the most from it.
Of course.
The black male and female benefited greatly from it. And it actually hurt Asians.
Yeah.
And it was decent for Latino Puerto Ricans, but it actually hurt Asians and it crushed white men.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The white man is the enemy though.
So at what point do we
revisit it and say, what are we going to do here?
At what point do we like get away? I mean, we need merit. We need to start basing it off of merit. And we see it now on the reverse side. I mean, you know, we could talk about this all day. You look at sports, right? You look at basketball. Basketball is predominantly black. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not.
You know, it's what, 85% on the court are black people. I don't know how many coaches are. I know the coaches are pretty good. I'm willing to bet that there's more than 13% of whatever the 13% of the population is black, right? I guarantee there's more than 13% black coaches in the NBA.
Yeah, I think
so that would automatically be that would be disproportionate, disproportionate, right? And I know for a fact, you start looking at the assistant coaches and stuff, and you start
they're all former players.
Yeah. So it's disproportionate. So I just don't understand where you like draw the line to the point where it's like, all right, you know, we're where we need to be. People are now hiring, you know, based on merit as opposed to race. I don't understand like where the end is. Where does the end come in sight? And if you really think in this day and age that someone who runs a company is now going to only hire all of a sudden, let's just say they take affirmative action away. If you think that a CEO of a company who's white is going to just go, because now we're way far away from our grandparents and that whole era of the race wars, the 50s, 60s. If you think that someone's going to just say, all right, you know what? I'm in this to make money. I'm going to hire this guy over the black guy just because he's white. You're out of your fucking mind. If you
no way.
And if you're thinking like that, you just have a victim.
And not only that, but your business is going to fail because you need people of all types. You know, you need black people, you need Spanish people, you need white people. They're good. They have different outlooks on life, and they're really good at what they do. That's what you want to hire on, not on like. So I read a story today. Like people are looking at what pronouns you use too. Like if you're a business owner, it's the last thing you fucking give a shit about. I want to know if you're good at your job.
You look at black and red. That's what you're looking at.
Exactly.
You want to know what the profit and the losses are, and you want the best people on the planet. The fact that you have to sit there and think, is this hire going to get me in trouble? Is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't see somebody like people still don't think that small percentage that are running these big businesses are not going to look. I'm not hiring this guy because he's black or he's Asian. No one's going to say that. No. It's not if you're in it to make money. There's very few people that'll do that.
Green is the most important color in there.
Of
That's
course.
the most important color.
And if you're buying into that victim mentality, you lost. They got you.
Right.
They got you. Exactly. If you're sitting here thinking that your life is over because they're not letting you go into college, which most of you motherfuckers that are complaining didn't even go to college. You just want to have an argument. It's right. It's not going to affect you. They did a study in North California, I think, where they took away affirmative action. It actually benefited the black community more.
Yeah.
I got to look up that study.
I mean, I believe it. Think about this. Like this whole the Rooney rule in the NFL, right? They're trying to get more black coaches. Could you imagine if they implemented that with the owners? Could you imagine just like, hey, we need 13% of the current white owners. They must now sell their business, their legacies, because we need to have black owners. And then they turn around and say, okay, so now that we got 13% black in the ownership, now we need to do Asians. Then we got to do Indians. Before you know it, the majority of the population,
it'll never happen to the owners because they're like the top 1% of the world. They run everything. They'll never happen. They'll pass it on to everybody else under them and pretend like they're being, we're just going to get the assistant coaches and everything. But us, no, we're the top dogs here.
But what's crazy is the point is those guys work. Not every person can own an NFL team. Okay. Those guys worked really hard to get where they didn't become NFL owners because they owned slaves.
Yeah.
They did not.
The NFL. Listen, you're a billionaire. There's no easy way out to be a billionaire. You're working hard to be a billionaire.
Exactly.
No matter what. Even if you're handed millions from your father, you're still running multi-billion-dollar company. Running an NFL team, even if you're an owner, I don't think is a fucking easy job.
No. And not everyone can do it. There's only 32 guys in the world that can do it.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Two rich motherfuckers.
Honestly. Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's just crazy. Like it feels like the race stuff is, I don't know, depending on who you talk to and what part of the country you're in, some people absolutely get it. Like we're not in agreement. No one's in agreement anymore on anything.
No.
It's just, you know.
Well, that's the division they're going to, like I said, I mentioned it in the last podcast. This country's suffering from like racial fatigue where they've thrown too much at everybody. We're now like even the normal things like this. If this happened 3 years ago, this SCOTUS ruling, you would have seen riots in the streets.
Yeah.
Now it's like people are like, dude, we see what you're doing. You're just stoking us constantly. Even the Supreme Court releasing that, like they're doing this stuff on purpose to rile people up, but it's not working like it used to. It doesn't hit as hard.
I think that people should be looking at this like, wow, we've come a long way. We can now take away this rule. We're ahead of schedule. We said 25 years. We're at almost 21 years. We did it.
It's not working.
More people in. We have more. No, it shows.
Yeah.
There is more people going in, into colleges from these other groups. It hurt the Asians. That's what we said, but it did help a lot of other groups, and it hurt the white male. So now we just, it did what it was supposed to do. They wanted to get more black people in these prestigious colleges.
Yeah,
it did a phenomenal job at 44% rate. That's great. I think now we can move forward and let's start getting people in based on their merit. And if you believe that black people are now not going to get in based on merit, you're racist. That's a racist thought.
Yeah, thinking they're not smart enough. Like,
right.
And they flat out say it.
Right.
They flat out say it. Even when they're doing their little montages on Twitter, you can see it. Like, what are you trying to say?
Right.
They see through it. The black community sees through it. They're waking up. That tide has turned with them. They're finished with their bullshit.
Smart people typically will see through it.
Yeah.
It's the smart ones. And that's why we can go back to what was said last week. I think that there's a lot more smart people than there is dumb. And I think that right now, the most vocal people that you're seeing from the left is a small percentage.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
And they get propped up. They get propped up. The views are fake. Everything you see is fake. The comments are fake.
100%.
The followers are fake.
100%.
There's no organic thought. Even if you see these liberals who have a big platform, there's no organic thought. When you listen to them, there's no real argument. There's no stats. There's no information coming from them. Just some takes, some crazy takes, and it's usually with this victim mentality that they come with this take with. Listen, you ain't gonna get nowhere in life being a victim, bro.
No,
it's never gonna work out for you. Eventually, that's gonna catch up with you. If you ain't working hard, if you ain't putting the work in, I don't give a fuck what handout you get. You get that handout, you're gonna blow it. If you ain't putting the work in, it does not matter who helps you out in this world. You're black, white, Asian, whatever the fuck you are. You are not going to make it if you're just relying on a handout. You got to put the work in. That's the reason why they tell you to work hard. You got to fail. You got to be rejected. You got to feel all these things before you get anywhere in life. If we, me and you got our way throughout our whole life, we would be pieces of shit right now.
100%.
If I didn't learn from the bad relationships, from the bad jobs, from the bad, this is how you build. This is how you grow. You become a better person. Thinking that, we don't have this handout, and that's limiting you. It's dude, where have you been this whole time? Where are you going to wake up one day and just be a billionaire? You really thought you were going to hit the lottery, huh? This whole time, it's like that guy that's waiting his whole life to hit the lottery.
Yeah, it's me. You got to play though. Apparently,
you got to play.
You got to play to win. Apparently,
I'll be the worst guy to win the lottery. I'll be broke in weeks.
Nah, bro, don't worry. I got you. You already know. We already know the game plan.
Yeah.
All right. You get the ticket. I'm coming with you. You do the check and all the bullshit, and then immediately it goes into a custodial account, and I'm managing it, and I'll keep you alive.
Yeah, I need at least a $50,000 a month stipend.
No, we talked about this. You get $3,000 a day. It's it's 90 G's. It's 90 G's a month. Nothing crazy. A little over $1 million a year.
I'll take that.
And then the rest of the interest is coming in. You're gonna have a good time. That's all.
I'll be walking around like the Mayweather. Remember the Mayweather days with 50 Cent where they just had money in their bags walking around?
Just with the bricks. I'm telling you right now, if I ever hit the lottery, that's how I'm communicating.
Oh, yeah. Money phones.
I'm on the couch. I'm calling up to my wife. Can you come downstairs? I'm on the phone. Asshole, I can see you. That's not a phone. It's a fucking goddamn brick of money.
Just throwing money at her. Hey, give me some coffee.
You're responding though, ain't you? Oh, man. Hey, next week we got Tiffany Chantel on.
Oh,
amazing race and Price is Right and all that shit. Jets cheerleader, your boys.
Yep.
My team
that's gonna
now.
Be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I haven't seen Tiffany since your wedding.
I know, crazy. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. And then maybe Chado will come back.
I don't know. Maybe he's on assignment right now.
Yeah,
he's doing a in-depth investigation for us.
Yeah. What's that? What's that investigation?
I don't know. He's trying to find himself.
Yeah. Well, hopefully his wife will let him come out and play next week. That'll be nice.
And he's not even here to defend himself.
No, not even in the chat. Fucking scumbag. He was on Instagram earlier, right? I saw him on Instagram. You think he'd come in the chat? Nope.
No,
nothing.
Not even show a little love.
Nope, nothing.
Say, hey boys, I miss you guys. Wish I was there.
We might make him buy a t-shirt. He should have to buy a t-shirt.
Listen, guys, if you're here, if you're listening, you're watching, wherever you are, hit the like button, retweet us, share us, show a little love. Go to the website, www.theharamlife.com. Get yourself a t-shirt. Sign up to the newsletter. We'll be sending.
I'm gonna make my name. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to call Chado, see if my neighbor bought a t-shirt yet. Perk, if you're listening,
I got
a t-shirt yet.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it. I didn't get the notification.
Nothing? No payment? Nothing?
Nope.
Wow. He probably just now he's what he's gonna say? Oh, I got out of the YouTube. I had to go code. I had to do some shit. He's gonna act like he never heard this and he never heard anything about the t-shirt. Didn't even know we were selling t-shirts. Fucking got you. Got you already, bro. I'll see you on the boat.
We do appreciate everybody showing the support. If you like what you're listening to, like us, share us, talk about us, tell us what you like, what you don't like. We're here for the people, and we're gonna be here every week, every Wednesday night. Look at it.
Yes,
Joshua
sir.
says, "What T-shirt?" Listen, Josh. All right, Josh. All right, I get the notifications too. All right, buddy.
Oh shit, that's great. That's
Shout out to
awesome.
everybody that listened, that followed us. Legend, do you have anything to say to the people?
No, listen. It was nice to see Perk in the chat, and I know that he's actually in the middle of starting up a brand new company. I don't know, Josh, if you got a website or something you want to put in here, we can definitely get it out. I mean, there's definitely a couple thousand downloads that are getting done, so at least get some eyes, get some people going over to the site. And if you don't have it ready yet, obviously when they go to launch, Reef, we will definitely be at that launch party when they ring the fucking bell.
Yeah, I got to be up there with them.
You're 100%.
There's no way around it.
You don't even know you might even ring the fucking bell for the company. But no, real smart kid. He's doing big things, and obviously eventually like to get him on the show, and he'll definitely plug it. And he's got some really good tech that he's working on. So
we gotta get some. I think we're gonna get Breezy on the show. Besnick is gonna come on.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, I want to get a couple more.
He's the best media guy in the game right now, Besnick.
Yeah, agreed.
Best.
What's his Instagram?
1,000 Visions.
1,000 Visions.
Yeah, he's literally the best. If you guys need any type of video, pictures, 1,000 Visions is the guy to go. And you tell him I sent you, and he'll hook you up.
Nice.
Anything else to say to people? You got any last words? No,
but I'm excited for next week, and I'm really excited for the fantasy show as soon as end of August hits. I think I'm more excited for that show than I am this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do. We'll probably get 2 shows in a week for football.
Yeah,
we might have to do the Wednesday show about who we're gonna go on the waiver wire. What we're looking at originally, like a quick show, and then the Saturday show is going to be our fun show. The Saturday show is going to be all our friends and family too joining us that are in it.
We got to do that round table too. I got a lot of people that have been hit me up about that, and they want to come on. So I got a growing list. I think we're going to probably cut it off at 10 people. I don't know how many we can get into the.
Yeah, we'll get 10.
Yeah, so 10 people in.
We'll do a test run first.
Spitfire round goes 100%. I'm excited for that.
That'll be fun. Oh. And me, I'm Reef Leader. Thank you guys, and God bless.
Peace.